Good evening. Good evening. My name is Rodney Glover. I'm a non-party affiliated candidate for governor from Florida. I want to show you how legislation is strategically planned to implement itself over a period of time so you don't see the negative recourses. Here is a live example. The Child Abuse Prevention and Treatment Act, CAPTA, is the modern CPS apparatus was born in 1974. Child protection was largely a local matter with no federal standard. Here it is, 1974. That act introduced neglect as a federal basis for removing children. The term was so broad that critics argued it became a legal synonym for poverty. If you lived in poverty, you were neglecting your kids. Now they could just take your kids. Your kids could call, things like that started to happen because it was so broadly done. It funded states to build CPS investigation systems. Now we see the implementation of money, the implementation of incentivization to remove the nuclear family, creating a financial incentive for states to expand their reach into your home. It catalyzed mandatory reporting laws, expanding the list of professionals required to report suspected abuse to include teachers, doctors, and social workers. Get this. The result was dramatic. CPS reports went from 1974, 60,000 estimated, to 1 million by 1980, to 2 million by 1990. That is a 3,000% increase in 16 years. Not because the abuse increased at that rate, but because the reporting became vastly wider. This is why I encourage you to get control of your elected officials, because when they enact these laws and policies, it may sound good. You probably heard at that time, I wasn't born in 1974. They probably said, hey, we need this to ensure that we're taking care of our children. Apparently, the majority of Americans weren't even harming their kids because 1974, we only had an estimated 60,000 reports that we could estimate that we documented. After that, and we added a broad term like neglect, which they said was widely used to be synonymous with poverty. Now you're able to do these things. So when you look at where we are today and where we were then, can you start to see how our culture and our characters can be affected because legislation was put in place that allowed for the displacement of discipline in the home by calling it neglect?